Life is a constant balancing act which we never seem to get right. We're constantly juggling between three things: time, money, and health. And we often keep thinking that there will be that one moment in life where we'll be able to perfectly align all three. We'll be in the best physical shape of our life, we'll have all the time in the world, and we'll have all the money in the world. But the truth is, there's never going to be that perfect moment where you'll be able to optimize all three. In this video, we want to share how realizing this simple truth changed the way we live and why we prioritized travel. If you're someone who's passionate about travel but just seem to keep putting it off, then we hope that this video inspires you. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Hema and I've spent most of my life living in India but currently been living in the US for the past 8 years. I work full-time as a data scientist in Silicon Valley, California, where I live with my husband. Growing up, we always thought that travel was something you did after you figured out everything in life. But just over 3 years, we traveled to more than 10 countries spanning across 5 continents in spite of juggling with a full-time job and limited vacation days just by optimizing these 3 things. Here they are. Number 1, time. Let's face it, we're always complaining that we don't have enough time or travel is for something that you do when you have time later in life. With busy work schedules, family obligations, and your day-to-day routines, traveling feels almost impossible. But here's what helped us. Right at the beginning of the year, we started our planning. To do this, we got a large physical calendar, which I highly recommend because it visually helps you to map what the year ahead looks like for you. Number 2, money. This is usually the biggest problem for most of us and why we tend to delay booking any travel. I understand that all of us have different financial responsibilities, we're in different financial situations, but that doesn't mean that you can't travel if you're willing to. We started planning smarter and we saw that there are usually just 2 main things when it comes to travel and what makes it expensive. Number 1, flights. There are different ways that you can book flights, but what really helps is starting early. As we spoke about earlier, when you look at the entire year ahead of you, you also are able to use that to your advantage and start booking flights well in advance, which gives you cheaper options, and also you are not paying very high prices at the very last moment, especially after COVID when travel is just such a booming space right now. Flight prices are just skyrocketing. So it is good if you start planning early because it's also helping you to reduce your cost when it comes to booking your flights. Now, the other thing that you can do when it comes to booking flights is to leverage credit card points. Especially in the US, there are many credit cards that offer travel benefits. For example, you can use those credit card points to book flights because a lot of these credit cards have transfer partners with multiple airlines. And what this allows you is to redeem points versus paying for it in cash. But also, what most people don't know is that flights booked using credit card points can be cancelled at any time with a full refund, which is usually not the case when you book flights with money. So these are some ways or tips and tricks that you can think of when it comes to booking flights. We also are going to make a full in-depth video where we go into more details about the tools we use and how we strategize on booking flights. So stay tuned for that video. And lastly, but most importantly, health. Irrespective of which stage in life you are, now is the best time to travel. If you're young, you're probably fit and healthy. So why are you not taking that 1-week backpacking trip with your friends in Europe or going for that 4-day-long hike in Peru? Because if you keep thinking that I'll be able to go later in life, your physical health and your fitness may not always be what you think it would in the next couple of years. And if you think you're not young, well, you're not getting any younger. So now is the best time to travel, and you shouldn't regret that you didn't travel when you were young, because you still have the time to do it. And depending upon how you feel physically and mentally, you can always make more conscious decisions around the places that you would like to visit, but that doesn't mean that you cannot travel at all. There are some things that we started to do when it came to taking care of our health. Just by incorporating daily habits like eating right and exercising and just keeping our minds active and fresh, in the long run, we knew that this would help us in going on that dream trip. Apart from this, we also started thinking more consciously about how we traveled. Initially, we used to take a lot of red-eye flights because they were cheaper, but pretty soon we started noticing that this just made us extremely exhausted, and we were drained from all our energy from that long flight, that we would just need an entire day to recover, which meant that we would lose out on a whole day from our vacation, which is a huge loss to us. So we started taking other decisions when it came to weighing comfort and health over saving money, depending upon the situation. We would always try to see what makes the most sense when it came to our health, because you cannot put a price tag on health. Another thing that we consciously started doing when it came to planning and how we started planning and booking our trips is to look for flights that would reach the destination more closer to the hotel check-in time, because there are a lot of flights which have layovers, especially if you're doing international trips, and the journey itself is so tiring and exhausting. You may even have delays and unexpected flight cancellations to add to that stress, and you're just so exhausted that you are mentally just not ready to enjoy your actual vacation. So to be prepared for all those scenarios, having that flexibility where as soon as you land, you know that you can go and check into your hotel is a huge advantage, because it just allows you to rest and relax and rejuvenate yourself from that long flight that you might have taken. So these are some things that we learned over the years of our travel, and to really keep us healthy and active, especially if you want to do a 10-day trip in Japan where there is lots of walking and multiple train stations, and which are basically a maze in their own. And if you need to navigate all of this, you need to have support of both your physical and mental energy to fulfill your travel and enjoy the vacation and not be exhausted from just the journey of reaching to your destination. So these are some things that helped us and how we started thinking about taking health very seriously, because believe it or not, it's not just an important part of life, but it's a very important part of life, especially if you are somebody who loves to travel. If travel is something that lights you up, we have a lot more videos coming up where we will share our experiences in vlogs, talk about various tips and tricks that helped us uncover and reach our dream destinations. So do stay tuned for those. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.